Welcome back to Giant Monster Games. My name is Adrian. We're playing some cats, and this is an interesting opening hand. I think we're gonna keep it. It means if we keep this, we can technically play. No, wait. I needed a one-drop with cat in order to play the like 2-3 lands on turn 2. We are not gonna play this guy turn 1. That is. Well, maybe we should not have kept this. Actually, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just having mental breakdown here. My brain is slowly melting as I play cats. Anyways, we're talking about cats again today. Cats is a very interesting deck involving many feline that what is our opponent playing, by the way? They're playing a bunch of like come into play tapped lands. End of battlefield tapped, period. By the way, if you're gonna play lands that come into play tapped, there are the ones that come into play tapped and you gain 1 life. Play those. They're cheap. They're like 15 cents. And we're going to go like this, and we're going to throw down a Fleecemane Lion. Because, why not? Because we can. Anyways, as I was saying, play the one of the lands that are, if you are like really hard on budget. I am not a advocate of play lands that come into play tapped, because I play a little bit more Magic, and I've learned that if you're, say, like turn 4 and you need another land, and you draw that land, and it's a land that comes into play tapped, that means you don't have land on turn 4. You are now, what is this? Our opponent is playing something that is not modern. Not even close to being modern. Okay, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I feel like I have a really large advantage now. That is all. Well, let's do Enter the Unknown. Let's see what we can drag up. We can always play an extra land as well, so we're going to play this Plains or the Forest. Also works. I think we'll just play the Forest. We always make this guy bigger, technically, as well. Well, let's Enter the Unknown again. Or, sorry, make this guy big. Yeah, sorry, this is what we're doing. Pride Sovereign. Yeah, that guy can stay on top of the library. And you can be on top. That'd be rad. And then we get to play an extra land, so might as well play the Plains. So that's a thing that happens. Now, as I was saying, we could make this guy go away. Do we need to, though? I don't think so. I think we just literally swing in. We just go to combat, swing with Fleecemane Lion, which is a 4/4. And unless our opponent has lightning bolts, which I'm assuming if he's playing this guy, he's probably playing like a pre-con, or he's probably playing like a standard deck that he's added a couple cards that are from Modern to think that he can play in Modern, or he got mixed up and is playing in the Modern room, which is also a thing that can happen. And so here's the next question, actually. We're going to the next turn. We have 2 options. First, we can play Fleecemane Lion, make him monstrous, make him a 5/5 indestructible hexproof, which becomes really hard to deal with. Or we play Regal Caracal and make him bigger, make a bunch of other cats that are also big. I think that's probably a better bet. Playing the Cat Pride, the cat army, is probably going to be the better bet here. Again, another... What is our opponent playing? What is this? I feel bad. I mean, usually I like try to play against like cool janky decks, but I feel bad when I'm like going up against a deck that is clearly not a modern deck. I mean, neither of these cards could or would or should see play in Modern. Sorry, guy. Well, we're gonna go like this. We're gonna make you think that we're also playing a standard deck, because half the cards in this deck are standard technically. So this is because they had a lot of new cards. They had a lot of new cards in standard, which is awesome. So why not? And then I guess we just go to combat, swing with this guy, and see what our opponent does. I mean, if he blocks, he loses his guy in a big way. If he blocks and has Lightning Bolt, that's cool. But I'm willing to bet he doesn't have Lightning Bolt. Willing to bet. What is this guy? So he comes in with a 1/1 counter on him if you attack with the creature. It's kind of neat. Not really worth it. I mean, there are a lot of, in Modern, there's a lot of 3-drop, 3/3 creatures. There's even a bunch of 4-drop, 4-drop. Sorry, not 4-drop. 3-drop, 4/4 creatures. There's even some out there. So, you don't play this guy. Don't play. I'm sorry. I'm really just kind of shitting on our opponent's deck here. I'm interested to see what got him into Modern. So I'm gonna go Modern. Question mark? What is this? Destroy target creature. Deals 3 damage to target player. You may search a library or graveyard for... Okay. That's neat. So he gets another one. That's kind of fun. I could see this seeing some minor amount of play. So he searches for a card named Agrath Minotaur Pirate. So he's going to get the Minotaur and puts it into his hand. Did he actually do it, though? I'm assuming he did. I'm assuming he has the pirate in hand. Which means... I mean, this doesn't seem like it's enough for our opponent to kill us. And if he did get the pirate, it doesn't make much sense to me. Do we block here? Do we double block the menace guy? I think the answer is no. I think we just take the 5 and then swing for way more than 5 next turn. I guess. Seems reasonable to me. So let's go like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Running down Regal Caracal and then swinging for what? It's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Swing for 9, leaving our opponent at 2. We gain back all the life we lost, which, cool for me. I'm fine with that. We get a bunch more cats as well, so we could technically block stuff next time. Even if he does play the Minotaur doesn't instant kill everything. It doesn't wipe the board, which means we can Oblivion ring it, I guess. Yeah, anyways, attack with all stuff. Going to combat. Waiting for our opponent to decide what is going on. Again, he's clearly playing a standard deck. I mean, you can play a standard deck in Modern, and technically it is legal. There's very few cards that are banned in Standard that are not banned in Modern. Actually, is there any... Yeah, there's a bunch right now. So, I just made the Planeswalker deck. Well, okay. So... okay, so opponent apparently just made the Planeswalker deck that you see, that you actually can buy. So, that is not something that you should be playing in Modern. You should be playing that in casual with your friends. First time playing, new to playing Magic, sure, go get the Planeswalker deck. Don't play it in Modern. Don't play it, even in like the Just for Fun area. We're playing a Just for Fun Modern deck, and it is still aggressive. Like, we're playing the budgetest of budget Modern decks at this point. Well, I feel bad for opponent. I mean, I don't like to see people that just get run over because we're playing a deck that is stronger than them. And he's just gonna run it with both these guys. I mean, why? For why? Do I even block? Nah. Let's go wide. Swing in with everything next turn. Well, I mean, that's the thing. So, I mean, actually, hold on. At this point, you guys probably have seen the video that came out the same day this came out, that I am going to GP Toronto and giving out prizes. I mean, how many people are... I mean, that's the question I'm going to ask right now. How many of you guys are actually... Or girls. Technically, also girls. Because I think 2% of the viewers are girls. How many of you are in the, like, Toronto or Greater Toronto, Montreal... Close enough to go to GP Montreal. Ooh, he's gonna destroy that. I mean, there you go. Dreadbore. That's fun. That's very fun. That's actually a good card. This is a very good card right here. Except for it's a sorcery. You could technically just play not Dreadbore. The thing about Dreadbore is it does get rid of Planeswalkers, which is the like argument on why you would want to play it. So we can still just go wide and win. So that's a thing. Our opponent's giving us the GGs. So yeah, so how many of you guys are close enough to go to GP Toronto? I guess you're probably going to tell me in the other videos, to be quite honest. So let's see what we sideboard against this guy. Well, we can play Brave the Elements. That seems like a fun card to play. Get rid of Healer of the Pride. Don't really need you. Spear of Heliod is good. Oblivion Ring. We don't really need Oblivion Rings. Why don't we go like this? Let's go 2 Brave the Elements and 1 Oblivion Ring. And, oh, our opponent has quit the match. I kind of expected that, to be quite honest. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to play lobby. We're going to find a new game. This video is rolling over into me playing games once again. So let's go to Just for Fun. We're going to play another game with cats. This is a double match. Double match. I mean, I feel bad. Again, I hate I hate like playing against someone and you just like clearly run them over because they're playing a deck that's not really built in the format. There's actually, this seems like a perfectly good time to actually bridge out into a conversation I've been meaning to have. I've had it with the Patreon supporters because they are constantly talking with me, and this is actually a really good opening hand. This is like the strongest opening hand I could possibly get. We're gonna keep that. So the conversation I was gonna have is it's about deck level, deck level. We're gonna say deck level, and we're gonna reveal the planes by the way here. So when you're playing Magic, and this is something you need to understand, is there are different levels of Magic decks. When I say levels, I mean like power levels. Sorry, I should have clarified that. Power levels of Magic decks. There's different power levels of Magic decks out there. So a standard deck, actually let's go even farther down. A Planeswalker deck that you buy off the shelf, the like precons that they provide. I guess they're not really doing them anymore. That stopped. They used to be doing dual decks and a bunch of other stuff. And now they're changing it to something else. I'm not sure what they're changing it to. Ooh, Hollowed Fountain. Interesting. So there used to be those products. Ooh. Yeah, we're going to reveal Planes again. We should have played the Sacred Cat. If I'd have known that, actually, I should have played the Sacred Cat, then I could have played Ajani's Pridemate. That was a bad call on my part. Well, let's actually play the Sacred Cat this time. Or do we? No, we play Ajani's Pridemate. It's better this way. So, different power levels of decks. So, example. Here's the example. The draft deck that you draft is less powerful than the standard deck you play. And the standard deck is less powerful than a modern deck. And a modern deck is less powerful than a legacy deck. So there's different power levels. And then you can also fit in a bunch of stuff. There's like tiny leaders decks and commander decks and a bunch of other crazy formats. Technically Frontier, if it's still being played, I guess, or Pauper. I mean, there's different levels of decks. And then there's also just casual decks. People that are playing casual decks. There's different power levels that you kind of need to be aware of when you're playing Magic, especially when you're playing Magic with friends. When you're playing Magic at a tournament level, or you're playing Magic in certain areas, you're kind of expecting stuff. If I go play Magic on if I go play a league, on MTGO, I expect high-level decks. I expect stuff that is either Tier 1, Tier 2, and the occasional, Tier 3. I'm going to do air quotes here, Tier 3, because technically there's no Tier 3, but Tier 3 decks that are, they're all competitive. They are designed to be competitive. They work well. They are fast. They're efficient. They're aggressive. And I expect to see those decks. But if I'm going to go play kitchen table Magic with some friends, or I'm just teaching someone to play Magic for the first time, you don't want to play those decks against them because they're not sure what they're doing in the same respect. They're going to obviously be newer to the game. So, well, I mean, this is turning into a really crazy game. I think we cancel that, and I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go attacking. Yeah, we're going to go attacking, and then we're going to actually play both these guys. So, the point I'm getting at here is I've talked to the Patreon supporters and said, hey, well, what should we do about this? Because I get a lot of questions about, well, what's the best deck you have on the channel, or how is this deck compared to some other deck, so on and so forth. And the answers vary. I mean, some decks are very powerful, like the Tron deck or the Storm deck. They are very powerful. Their biggest weakness is they're not as consistent as some other decks. But that doesn't mean they're not powerful. They are still very powerful decks. So, what I'm thinking of doing is it'll be like a sub-series sort of thing, where it'll be making 2 decks that are as budget as possible, so they'll be like $20 decks kind of thing. And they will be around the same power level. So if you are getting someone new into Magic, you can... What is he going to play? Electrolyze. 2 damage to the cat. Okay, well, that's fine. So you can actually, in theory, go out and make... Oh, opponent scoops it. Go to sideboard. So we're playing against what looks like a Jessguy deck. What do we sideboard against Jessguy? Witchbane Orb seems okay, but not as good. Healer of the Pride, you come out. Regal Caracal, you're going to come out because you're going to get countered. One of these comes in for sure. And I'm tempted to put in Brave the Elements. I'm also tempted to put in Tormod's Crypt. I think it's going to be Brave the Elements. Celestial Purge doesn't help us at all here. At all. Actually, exile target red or black permanent. What version of Jessguy do we think he's playing? What version? Do you think he's playing the version that has the young pyromancers in it? I think the answer might be yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually pull out both of these Celestial Flares. Pull them both out. Put in the Celestial Purges in hopes that he plays young pyromancers. That seems like what he would do. It seems like the kind of thing you would want to put in a Jessguy deck. So, digressing back, carrying on, going back to what I was talking about making decks. So it'll be like a double deck video, and probably gameplay, so I'll actually get, probably like Patreon supporters. I'll get someone to come and make some gameplay with me where we play the 2 decks and show you guys, hey, this is what the 2 decks are, this is how they play, this is what they are designed to do. And they're designed, wow, this is a really rough opening hand. It's not a bad opening hand, it's just really rough. I think we can keep it, though. Keeping a 5-lander is, like, one of the more risky things you can do. Normally, I would say mulligan it. But I think we can keep it. I think it'll be okay. We're on the draw, is the sole reason why I would keep it, by the way. If we were on the play, super risky town. But we're not. We're on the play. Or we're on the draw, sorry. So we are likely... Oh, there we go. Hey, draw into more planes. More land. We always want more land. Well, let's flash a planes. You can see that we have something. And we'll play the cat. There you go. So, the 2 decks that I would be making will be designed more towards, like way more towards casual Magic. Hey, there's the young Pyromancer we were talking about. Way more towards casual Magic. So if you're trying to get your girlfriend into playing Magic, or your buddy into playing Magic, or you want to play Magic with a friend but you don't have, so like example, I mean I have like more land, really? Well, let's play it and flash of planes. It's the rule of law when you. And by the way, we'll just swing in with the cat, because he's obviously not going to block. That seems ridiculous. So yeah, so it would be like one of these things where if you're like me, and I've realized recently, this is one of the reasons why it has come up, is I don't actually have a lot of like low-powered decks. I've just kind of gotten to the point where I've upgraded my decks, especially in paper, over time, and now I have all these like relatively competitive decks that I'm like, oh wow, what do I do with this? Like, do I just keep playing it? Do I have to like teach my friend how to play with like a top 8 dredge deck? Is that what's gonna happen here? Wow, more land. Well, let's play the plains, I guess. Our opponent knows we have a plains. Play this guy. I can't believe that. That seems ridiculous. And hopefully he doesn't counter it. At this point, he has enough mana. You can like remand, mana leak. There's lots of options. He has all of the options. Yeah. Yeah, so it would be one of these things where we want to make decks that are designed. Mana leak. There you go. They're designed to be played against each other, really. Can I come out of this? I can't play this way. Can I get out of this? I don't know if I can. We're gonna just skip it through to our opponent's turn. We might just be taking 1 damage from elemental each turn. So yeah, so that's the thing. It's about power level. And the reason I bring this up again, because we just played that last deck, that he's playing a standard deck, which is not designed to go against a modern deck. There are just cards that have been printed in modern that are just better. They're still better. They've been better for a long time. And unless they reprint cards or print cards that are better, there's just going to be the oh wow, much goodness. Let me just sort this. No one likes the zebra pattern. People want all of their forests on one side and all their plains on the other. Remember the time I was like, keeping a 5-land hand is risky. It's risky because you just draw into a bunch more land. Well, ship it to our opponent. There you go, opponent. Actually, do I attack in with a lifelinker guy? Sure. He's not going to block this guy. Why would he? Mind you, he could always like bolt it or something like that. That is technically an option. No, we're just going to gain life. Anyways, so that's my rant about playing decks that are on similar power level. So especially if you're playing with friends, you can play decks that are like similar power level. What does he play for 3 Electrolyze? Going to my face? No, he's going 1 to the cat even. Huh. Well, if that's what you want. I won't disapprove. I mean, hitting the cat is not a bad idea. I still don't believe this. This is amazing. This is like the best feeling in the entire world. Entire world. Best feeling. I think we're going to lose this one solely because we just literally flooded out on land. And we don't even have that much land in the deck. We have a fair amount of land, but not that much land in the deck, would realistically say. So, Scryland. Interesting. That's something you really see in Jessguy a ton. So, there's the Pridemate. I think what we're going to do is we are going to play the Pridemate first, or we Sacred Cat first? I think we Sacred Cat first. See if our opponent wants to counter a Sacred Cat. That technically can't because it's an ability. It's not counterable in the same respect. Oops. We need to go like this. We need white mana. Again, they need an auto tap function in this. They don't have it. It'd be something they need to get. So, yes. And Electrolyze? Another one? No, is it Charm? 2 damage to our creature. Sad day for me. Again, if I didn't just have all land, I would be able to play stuff. But I'm just getting all land. We're literally playing the top deck game. Top deck game where I get to play a land each turn. which is interesting. Not necessarily fun. Oh, come on, attack with the young Pyromancer. I'm just gonna block it. At this point, sure, we'll take the damage from that, and we'll probably swing in, counter swing in with the cat. The mummified cat at that. Okay, here we go. We're drawing into something good. More land is everything I want to draw into. I love land. Thank you very much, land. Thank you for coming out and supporting me, giving me all of my mana requirements. Something I like to do once in a while. Have mana requirements. That's fun. So he's going to block our guy. And I think we just ship it to our opponent's turn at this point. So we need to figure out what we're going to do here. I mean, we need to go to sideboard. We really need to go to sideboard here. I mean, not because I need to sideboard, but because we just got flooded on lands. Again, this is kind of the reasoning behind not keeping a 5-lander hand, because you could roll the die, and you could draw into all of the things you really need, or you could do this and just draw into the things that don't work. Well, let's go like this. I bet our opponent's noticing at this point that we're just like drawing the land. Play with planes this time. Mix it up. Get all crazy out in here. At this point, our opponent, I think, he has us. There's like almost no way he doesn't have us. And are we even gonna block? I mean, probably not. Probably not. He's gonna attack him with the 3 of these guys. Now we could block. I mean, this is realistically an option. We could block one of the guys, lose the cat, play the cat next turn. I'm gonna risk it. We have a couple turn clock. Might as well sit on it. Oh, Clerical. There we go. Well, let's play that. There we go. Regal Clerical. Because the world needs more cats. Specifically 3, and specifically cats that get +1/+1. He'll probably counter it, by the way. But even if he mana leaks it, it goes away. What is he playing? Something magical. Something that costs all of the mana. Something named Logic Knot for 4. I mean, that's the problem with Delve. Well, that's the thing. That is a thing indeed. Well, we can't pay for it. We don't have enough mana. Which is why he tapped that much. Because he could have exiled a bunch of stuff out of his graveyard as well to make Logic Knot worth even more. Logic Knot is fantastic, by the way, once you get to late game. Not so good once you get to early game. And I guess we ship it to our opponent's turn here. Yeah. So against Jessguy. This is actually, by the way, our opponent is playing like a slightly budget version of slightly budget, like it's almost entirely not budget, by the way, version of the Jessguy deck that is running around in the top format right now. So he's actually playing a top 8 deck. Like this is what I expect to see in the tournament practice area, not so much in the just for fun area, which is where we're playing because we're playing a budget deck. So this is a little bit surprising to run up against Jessguy, especially, I mean, it makes sense, especially after we were just playing against a super budget, not modern deck. And a lightning bolt to our face. That's going to be G and G. Okay, sideboard. What do we need to take out? If we would have drawn into this, would have it helped? I don't think it would have helped. Witchbane Orb? Do we want to put that in there? Healer of the Pride, you're not going to be very helpful. Phyrexian Revoker doesn't help us out. Celestial Flare doesn't help out either. Purge will help out with, yeah, so we're going to go Celestial Purge. And do we leave in Brave the Elements? White creatures you control get protection from the color of your choice. It'll help stuff from getting wiped, but it's definitely going to be like a combat trick. And I guess we take out the O-Ring. Yeah, that's, oh no, wait, we don't need to take out the O-Ring. we took out this thing. We took out this thing instead. So I love how they, like, the art on this is not the art you see on the actual card, because the art on the actual card is actually a little bit difficult to read. A little bit awkward, so kind of cool. And running it back, basically very minor changes. So Jessguy. Jessguy is not actually how you pronounce that, but you guys get the idea. We're going to play first. Playing some cats. This seems like a better deck. Celestial Purge allows us to deal with our lovely lady, young Pyromancer. Speaking of that, it's not a lady, it's actually a guy. Guy dressed like Chandra. And so we're going to keep this. I think it's good. It's good enough to keep. And it's going to be Plains Ship It. Quick and dirty. Just like we like them. So we are going to hold up Celestial Purge, by the way, to get rid of the Young Pyromancer. He's going to be the primary target for this guy. We'll see what else he draws. See what else he plays, by the way. But Young Pyromancer is probably going to be that. Oh, Ancestral Vision. So this season, he's not even playing. This is not even like... When I was saying that this is the sort of budget, it's not. It's not even close to sort of budget. Yeah. I was going to say it's sort of budget because some of the lands seem like, oh, do you really play that in this deck? I don't really know. But they aren't definitely... they're definitely a lot better. Like, example, again, this is this card here. In paper, I believe, is around $40 right now. So, yeah, not very budget at all. I can probably always yield to that, by the way. So, what does our opponent want to do? Does he have a way of getting rid of this guy? Completely possible. Completely possible. It's also very weird for me right now because I've been testing out a Death and Taxes deck a lot lately. So, it's kind of funny to play this deck. And I guess we go green. Enter the Unknown on Ajani Pridemate. Ajani, the Pridemate. It's not actually Ajani the Pridemate, it's Ajani's Pridemate. Ooh, yes. You go on top. Put on top of the library. That sounds fantastic. And then we play another land. Might as well play a Plains. And I guess we just attack. We'll go to combat, swing for 3, and ship it to our opponent, I guess? Well, what does he have? Not going to be Snapcaster, is it? No, it's Azorius Charm. Yeah, creatures you control gain lifelink. Put target attacking block in top of its own library. So we're going to draw it next turn, which is not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. But I realize I just like totally didn't read this card. So it's creatures you control get lifelink until end of turn. Cool. Draw a card, or put target attacking or blocking creature on top of its owner's library. So that's actually a pretty good charm right there. Because there's a couple good answers. You can use it to draw a card for kind of less value, realistically. Not terrible value, but not good value. You could also use it to, again, put something on top of a library. You know, Johnny's Pridemate's a good option. There's a lot of other good options out there. And you can also use it if you're in a pinch and you need to make your creatures get lifelink. There's also a way of doing something with that as well. So, Vendilion Click. Well, I think we don't have a response for it. So I think it's going to come down. There's another really expensive card. A very expensive card indeed. So he's going to choose us. I mean, we don't have... I mean, Celestial Flare doesn't... Or Celestial Purge doesn't get rid of Vendilion Click. So, yeah. Okay, so there goes Oblivion Ring. It is put into the bottom of my library, I believe. So, Spear of Heliod, which we knew was coming up, is not actually a terrible card for us to draw. Grim Lava Monster. Lavamancer. He's like a Geomancer or a Pyromancer. He's a Lavamancer. So he like can shoot lava out of his hands, just like Lavamancers should. Okay, this is fun, but I guess the big thing is we could technically exile Lavamancer. Let's play the Fortified Village. Play the village. No, we can't reveal anything, so I think it's going to be Spear of Heliod. You know, this doesn't really help us out a ton right now, but we can use Spear of Heliod to destroy this guy next turn, if we are so inclined. In the meantime, we'll just swing it for 3. Yes. Swinging for 3 seems like a good idea. I doubt he will block. Yeah, because he can probably get more value off of actually dealing damage with Lavamancer. Oh, it's target creature or player, but yeah, again, this is a 3 now, so he's safe for the time being. So our opponent draws some cards, and we need to draw into some action. We've drawn into a lot of lands, which is not the funnest. Thanks for that. Thanks for the bolt. Thanks for the bolt. Thanks for playing a super competitive deck in like just for fun area. Usually I play just for fun because I don't want to run up against decks like this because I'm playing a $40 deck that's designed to be a little bit more casual against a deck that is really expensive. Really expensive. Top 8 competitive. Yada yada yada. Amazing level. So what do we draw? Sunpetal Grove. I guess we can play Sunpetal Grove. And do we do anything? I don't think so. I think we're actually just going to ship it to our opponent's turn. Again, the big thing we're holding the Purge up for is Young Pyromancer. Young Pyromancer is actually the problem for us, technically. So, that's the thing. We're going to use Spear of Heliod, by the way, to get rid of the Vendilion Click. Because that is not a card we want to deal with. Okay, so Temple of Epiphany. Temple of Epiphany I don't think sees play in Jessguy. That's just why I was like, I don't think this card is actually normal in Jessguy build. The Jessa Makai. Okay, well, we'll hold up the Celestial Purge. I guess he knows that things die this way. Alright, well, ship it to our opponent's turn. We're not doing anything. And he has very minor hand disruption. Vendilion Click being the only real hand disruption he has in the deck. Okay, so he's exiling us to do 2 damage. I mean, that'll work for a little while. Not too long. He's going to have to actually swing in and get some real damage going, though. This thing. That is difficult. This is actually one of the recent additions to the Jessguy build. So at the beginning of your upkeep, you look at the top 2 cards of your library. You may put one, you may put it into your graveyard and then, at the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may put it into your graveyard. Then if you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard, you may flip it. And then the flip ability allows you to look at the top 4 cards and put one of them, a non-land, non-creature card, into your hand. So it basically allows you to dig 4, fetch up a spell, Oblivion Ring. Yes. I guess we go like a this. I did that wrong. I should have used 1 white and 2 green. And do we get rid of the Click or do we get rid of this thing? I am really tempted to get rid of the engine. The Click we can always burn away with the Spear. There we go. So getting rid of the enchantment that is going to allow him to quickly put things in his graveyard and then potentially draw extra cards. And now we just need to wait for our opponent to do his thing. So again, another couple damage to us. Because he has to exile, what, 2 cards or 1 card? Exile 2 cards. So he's basically out of cards now. And this is from your graveyard, yeah? So exile 2 cards from your graveyard. It does 2 damage to our creature player. So, I mean, that's... we probably could have Celestial Purged that like a while ago. Probably would not have been the end of the world. And Vendilion Click is swinging in. Which is fine. It'll deal damage, and then we are going to Spear of Heliod it away. Unfortunately, this is really our only option. Yeah. Say goodbye to your... Say goodbye. I want this way. Just auto-select their mana already. Come on. Set up an auto-select mana. That's what you really need. So, getting rid of Vendilion Click. We're in a dangerous spot because at this point... Sweet. At this point, we just keep drawing a whole lot of not fun. So, we're going to purge this guy. Probably going to counter it. Yes, gets rid of 2 cards, deals 2 damage to us, puts us at 4, which means double bolt or any combination of bolt type spells will totally kill us. Not very fun. I mean, if we draw into any of our cats and can play them, then we're good, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. Highly, highly doubt. Again, we've been flooded on lands. This is the 2nd time we've been flooded on lands. Our deck shouldn't be doing that. Very little reason for our deck to be flooding on lands, but it does happen once in a while. Okay, well, good, yes. Love land. 2 times in a row we got flooded on land. It's very exciting. Can you hear the bitterness in my voice? This is called bitterness. Our deck can do stuff, but yet it won't. Okay, this is, I think, where he's going to get us. Spell Queller. Yeah. That's scary. That is a winning card right there. Especially because if he has Lightning Bolt, he has 6 cards in hand. Like, there's very few things that he should not have right now. Okay, so... yeah, we're going to go like this. Get rid of Spell Queller. And I think we just die. He had 5 cards. He has to have either, like... what is it? Fork Bolt? No. Is it Fork Bolt? No. So we either have Lightning Bolt or... hey, look, Fleecemane Lion. We can play that guy and make him monstrous all in the same turn. Really? Well, let's make him monstrous then. Why not? There you go. Monstrous Fleecemane Lion. If only he had lifelink. Again, lightning bolt. Lightning bolt? Lightning bolt. There you go. Lightning bolt. Anyways, this has been Adrian playing budget cats versus not so budget Jessguy and also a standard deck. Until next time, my name's Adrian. This is Giant Monster Games. Thanks for watching and don't forget to game like a giant monster. Thanks for watching the videos here on Giant Monster Games. If you want to support the channel directly, we now have a Patreon page which you can go and become part of the broader Giant Monster Games community. Additionally, if you want to see some other awesome videos, you can click right here or right here.